What's up, y'all? What's happening? What's good? What's going on? It's your boy TJ. Welcome to episode 15, Resilience Unpacked Podcast. If you haven't noticed, it's just your boy. This will be a solo podcast. What did Linda call it? I think it was episode 13. She said itty bitty mini podcast. I'll try to keep it mini, but as y'all know, and for those who know me personally, I can be a little long-winded. But Kanye on the podcast, he was talking about, he said, I think in symphonies. And he was trying to explain why like his thoughts don't just come out, I guess, like shorter or more concise. So I like to say something similar. I'm not saying I'm Kanye or nothing, but I can rap. I'll do that for y'all one day. But anyways, yeah, welcome to episode 15. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But welcome to episode 15. On this episode, I will be talking about building sustainable habits. That's been the theme of this month. If you've been tapped into the Millennial Accountability Club or any of our social media postings, building sustainable habits have been the theme. We did an event, what was that? Last Saturday. So that was the 9th. Hosted a volleyball, not even a tournament, just a volleyball match. And then we talked afterwards, had some good food, good conversation. But the topic of the conversation was sustainable habits. And so I really want to talk about two areas. One, the discipline side of this, and then two, accountability. So with the discipline, something that came up, somebody texted me earlier this week and they said, hey, I'm not really finding the motivation to go to the gym. And we've all been there. If you're listening to this, you keep 100 with yourself. You've been there before where, you wake up or it's whatever time you go to the gym. But let's say you wake up in the morning and it's like, man, nah, this ain't it. This ain't the day. And so maybe maybe it's raining outside. Maybe you forgot your pre-workout or whatever it is. The smallest thing can stop you from going. And that's what leaning on motivation does. When you lean on motivation, you really leave it to the elements, external forces to drive you to either go to the gym or do whatever you need to get done. But the discipline side is really doing it regardless of how you feel. Now, this isn't to say you need to burn yourself in the ground, you need to drive yourself into the ground. This is more to say if you build the habit in a way that's sustainable, the discipline side isn't all that unattainable. And I did that on purpose. I hope the real ones recognize that actually rhymed. That's some bars for y'all today. But if you format the habit building in a way that has the long run in mind, then the discipline side is easy. What happens is, though, when we start, let's say like a gym habit, let's say we're somebody who doesn't go to gym at all, right? We don't work out, we don't go for walks, nothing. And then we say it's 0 100. It's 0 to 100. It's like, oh yeah, so I'm gonna go every day. I'm gonna go twice a day. And I'm gonna fast until 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I'll stop eating at 8 o'clock and all that. And that might work for a while too. And you might even see some really, really good results. But then comes a point, and I see this all the time, where whether it be a few weeks in or a couple months in, it's like, man, I can't keep doing this. Well, yeah, bro. Yeah, it makes sense why you can't keep doing this. Was there a world where doing this didn't look like, you got your foot on the pedal all the way? Could you have coasted your way to this? Instead of trying to lose 10 pounds a week, could you have lost a pound a week? And that being a little more sustainable, right? So the discipline side is first reinforced by building in the daily habits that have the long-term success of whatever goal it is in mind, right? And when it comes to goals are only as good as the systems that we use to accomplish them. I think it was James Clear who said, we don't rise to the level of our goals, we fall to the level of our systems. And that's real as fuck. Like, you can say you want to run a marathon, in a couple months, and that's a great goal. People will clap for you, your friends and family. Oh yeah, let's go. Or maybe not. Maybe you don't got the cheers. But the system of training and nutrition and resting and recovery, how you implement that into your life is going to have way more of effect than just proclaiming that you're going to run a marathon. Although it is a good first step, it's not the last one. So now I want to talk about accountability, right? So a big part of what we do here with Resilience Unpacked is we have these accountability groups. And I want to start this off because we're a very community-centered uh, company. But even with accountability, you can only be as accountable as you want to be. No one can make you be accountable, right? So you can say, all right, I'm gonna hit up 3, 4, 5 of the homies, and every week we're gonna, share each other what our food or weight loss goal is, or pages read, or dollars saved, or whatever the business plans, whatever it is. That's really cool, and I hope it works out. But if 2, 3, 4, or even all 5 of y'all decide, you know what, I'm not going to keep up with this, just the fact that y'all are in an accountability group won't get the job done, right? So that's first and foremost. Accountability starts with self-accountability. It starts with us, right? Deciding, you know what, I am going to invest in this partnership in a way that's respectful, not just to myself, right? Respectful to what I want to get done, but respectful to the time and effort other people are putting in, right? And that's why accountability groups can work. In Mac, we've got several for different kind of things people want to work on. But recently, I started. I think about 2 weeks ago, I let the homies know, like, hey, you know what? I've been slacking on my relationship with food. I don't even call it a diet no more because that's been so ingrained in me in such a negative way. But yeah, I've been slacking on the relationship with food, and you know what? I need some accountability here. I need some help. Uh, is anybody else trying to get on that train? And to my pleasant surprise, there was like a few people. So I've got a group where I've been posting like my meals for the next day and then my water intake. And let me tell you, this past week has been some of the best progress that I've had with eating. Like just not even so much as like, and let's see, I'm a big dog, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not I'm not the salad boy. I'm not you're not gonna catch me, you know what I'm saying, skimping on food. So the plans are actually very nutritionally rich and dense that I'm sending. But when I say this has been the best week of eating that I've had in a very long time, I really got to credit most of it to just being a part of a group where, it's literally just a simple check-in. It's like, hey, this is what I'm eating today. Or if I forgot to post this morning, it's like, hey, this is what I ate the rest of the day. It's been so helpful to also do that and to also see other people say, we even got some pictures. I got a couple homeboys who I ain't even know was cooking up like that. And they out here water whipping. Water whipping. They out here really, really sending like chef level pictures. I'm like, dang, bro, I didn't even know you was out here like that. But seeing that and being amongst like-minded people has really, really been impactful. So the power, that's like an anecdotal example of the power of accountability groups, is really surrounding yourself with like-minded people. And yeah, with the eating, being mindful and intentional about what I eat in a way that's sustainable. And that goes back to that discipline part, right? In the past, if I was some pounds off my goal, I would feel almost like panicked to get back to where I want to be. So I did, unsustainable things. Like I would, and I'm not saying those I know a few people who fast and they have a good time with it, but for me, it's binging behavior. So I'll do it, and then I'll lose the quick, 5, 10, and then right back. And maybe sometimes double that, right? So it didn't work for me. So intentionally this week, I've been like, you know what? Let me go ahead and actually eat. But when I eat, just be mindful of certain swaps I could do. And not some bullshit swaps. Not the swaps that like make the food like it's not even worth eating no more. You know what I'm saying? For me, it was if I make a quesadilla, then instead of using my mother-in-law's homemade tortillas, which are bomb, really good, I can get down with the low carb joints that they got at HEB. They're really good. I actually really like them. Or if I make a sandwich, we don't really buy uh like white bread and things like that, but we got again, HEB has a. We are sponsored by H. No, we're not sponsored by HEB, but HEB has a really good low calorie bread that I really actually like. So making those swaps aren't hard. It don't feel like a chore doing that. So whenever I send food, it's not just like, oh yeah, if you see this, it's like green beans. Ain't no wrong with green beans, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not me bullshitting myself. Like I made this smoothie that's usually pretty good, but this time I didn't have like the yogurt that I like to use. And so it was just like frozen mangoes, frozen pineapples. It's like high protein milk. And I made it and I sent the homies, I was like, hey, this is what I'm gonna eat today. And then I made it and I had to keep real, bro. I thought I took like probably one, it wasn't even a smoothie like I like that's you could drink it. It was pretty I don't even know what you call it. It was pretty thick. Thick. No, it's pretty thick. And so I had to use a spoon to eat it, which is cool, right? Sometimes it be like that. But it was trash. It was trash. And so I texted the homies, I was like, bro, this ain't it. This ain't work. Whereas in the past, even not even to say I'm trying to be more wasteful now, but in the past, I would have faked the funk and then kept doing that and then wonder why, I don't need smoothies no more. Well, it's because you was bullshitting yourself, right? Congratulations, you played yourself. And so keeping it real with myself and then also to the people around me who are working on the same thing helped a ton. And then now we got the yogurt I like. So we'll give it a round 2. I'll let y'all know next week how that go. But yeah, you can't be accountable to anybody else unless first you're accountable to yourself, right? And so with that, I also want to talk about getting a little bit better over time. So getting a little bit better over time isn't flashy, you know what I'm saying? But it is lasting. So you may not, and I know we talk a lot. I know I talked a lot about like weight loss and stuff today. But you talk about running. Let's say you got a 5K coming up, really hype about it, and it's some months away. Well, if you train and if you ain't been running for a minute, like you haven't run in forever, and then you decide, okay, I'm gonna get out there and we gonna 5K the first day. Watch what happens, right? You may be able to even push yourself to do that, but then the recovery. Now you out of commission for the next couple of days, and you off plan, and all because your plan wasn't sustainable from the jump. Why not, get out there and walk your first day, and then take a break the second day, and then on the third day, okay, I'm gonna jog half a mile, and just incrementally build yourself up there. Well, I feel psychologically and also socially, that's not gonna cut it, right? It's not Instagrammable to be like, oh, today I ran half a mile towards my 3-mile goal. We really like to see and also like to portray that 3-mile goal, and that's it, right? And so we end up shortchanging ourselves and not building a sustainable habit and actually damaging our relationship with the goal that we have. Well, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in and listening to me rant for 15 minutes. I actually really enjoyed it. It was very therapeutic. Well, yeah, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to episode 15. And we'll see y'all next week. Peace.